Hey everyone, so guess what? I finally made a duct tape wallet. This video is going to be a tutorial on how to make one like mine. I added 3 pockets on this side, and on the other side I added a clear ID holder, and then there's a secret pocket, and of course the money holder. The supplies that you'll need for this wallet are some colored duct tape. You may want 2 or 3 different kinds, colors, patterns, whatever. I also used some clear tape for the ID holder. You can also use a piece of clear plastic. Then you'll either want a pair of scissors to cut the tape or an X-Acto knife. And you'll want a ruler. And P.S. before I start the tutorial, check out my how to make a duct tape rose video if you have not. So let's get started with the measurements of tape that you'll need for the main shell of this wallet, not including the pockets or anything yet. The first thing you'll want to do is cut 8 strips of tape to the length that you want your wallet. I made my wallet about 8.5 inches long. I make mine a little longer, and it's okay that they're not all the same length because I can cut them down at the end. Now it's time to start sticking the strips together. Have one strip facing sticky side up and put another one colored side up onto that. Leave a little bit of stickiness at the bottom. Smooth it out really nicely and then flip it over. Grab another strip, put that on top so there's no white showing. Stick that down and smooth it out. And repeat this step until all of your 8 strips are laid out. In the middle of the panel, I forgot to mention that it might be a good thing to leave just a little bit of white showing. So when you go to fold it over, it makes a natural crease like this. Before we fold our wallet in half, you're going to need to get rid of all the sticky parts that are hanging over the edge. To do this, just fold them down. Like that. Flip it over and you'll see there's another one over here. So do the same for that. At this point, it's time to cut your panel down to the exact length that you want your wallet to be. To make your edges all one length, you can use a pair of scissors, but I'm going to use an X-Acto knife to get a really straight cut. Put something down underneath. I just have a magazine. Hold the ruler down with a lot of pressure. Take your X-Acto knife with the other hand. Go ahead and cut along the ruler. Repeat this step for the other side, and then you should have a panel that's about 8.5 inches long, or whatever length you want your wallet to be. At this point, you can fold your wallet in half with a little white gap on the inside. You'll probably want your wallet to be no taller than 3.5 inches. The panel that I just made is closer to 4, so I'm going to use the X-Acto knife and just cut a little bit off of this top part here. For my wallet, I don't like the insides to line up exactly at the same height. I have this inside a little bit shorter, as you can see. I like the pattern to hang over, so for this next step, go ahead and cut another color of tape to the exact length of your wallet. Go ahead and cut that in half. I just started right here. Alright, so for this next step, we're going to put the pattern on the top part, on this part right here, and we're also going to join the sides together. For this, you'll need 2 pieces of tape that are exactly the same length as this inner part right here. In my case, that's 3 1/4 inch. Then you'll need that pattern piece that I told you about that's the same length as your wallet, so in my case, that's 8.5 inches. And you'll also need 2 tiny pattern pieces to put on the edge right here. Grab your wallet and a tiny pattern strip. Take the pattern strip and put it on the top like this. Then fold it over to the other side. Do the same for this corner up here. Next, take your long pattern strip. Go ahead and line that up at the top. You just want to make sure that you can't see any blue when you fold this part over. And sorry about the sun lines. Looks kind of cool though. Then you'll have a sticky part hanging over on the other side, but don't deal with this yet. We're going to get the blue pieces first. The blue pieces are going to hold the sides together. So take one strip and I just set it down on the inside like this and then fold it over like so. Take another blue piece and set that on the other end of the wallet. Stick it down really good and fold it over the same way. Go back up to the pattern piece, and now it's fine to fold that over. Now it's time to get started on the pockets. For the pockets, you can do as many as you want in any color, and you can make it so the cards go in the top or in the side. So for these pockets, the first thing that you'll need are 6 black strips, or whatever color you want. You'll want them to be about 4 inches long. You'll probably want to cut them down after because you want it to be shorter than half of the wallet. The easiest way for me to line these up is to grab a piece with the color facing up and pull tight. Then go ahead and line up the bottoms of the pieces. Stick it down. I have 3 of these that are the same. You'll actually want to cut a few more strips that are this length and then cut them in half the long way like this. Lay 1/2 strip on each pocket at the top, fold some over. And then I actually trim these pockets down to just a hair under 3 3/4 inches from the edge. Just cut. Make sure all 3 pockets are the exact same length. I have 1 pocket on the inside. All you need to do for this is cut small strips of black tape like this and attach them to the edges to hold the pocket down. I'll demonstrate now with the second pocket. Make sure you leave a little room at the top of it so the card has room to stick out. Now I have 2 pockets made. As you can tell, I used 2 shorter strips to join the sides and 1 longer one to join the bottom. Go ahead and repeat the step I just did for the last pocket at the bottom. Next we're going to make the pockets on the other side of the wallet. Start with 3 strips of blue tape. Just make them about 4 inches for now. I'll tell you if we need to trim it. Stick 2 of these pieces together and put the next one at just a little tiny bit of an overlap with the sticky side facing up and fold it over. That will give you a little bit longer of a panel. Trim it down to about 3 3/4 inches. I stuck this pocket down with 3 thin pieces of blue tape on the top, bottom, and this side over here. So there's a pocket over here. The final step of the pockets is to either stick some clear tape together for the ID holder or get a piece of plastic. You'll want to put this clear piece down on top of the blue pocket, then cut some thin black strips of tape to make the border around it and stick it down. Alright, so now I have this plastic ID holder taped on with these strips of black around. So you should have half of this pattern strip left from the very beginning, the 8.5 inch one. And what you're going to do is lay that out on the bottom of the inside. Then once that's stuck on, go ahead and fold it over. Go ahead and cut 1 pattern strip that's the same height as your wallet, and then cut that in half so you get 2 half strips. Stick that onto each side. So I have this side folded over and completed. Now go ahead and fold this side over. You'll notice that a little bit of tape sticks to the top on here. Make a slit on the corner just through this one little layer. And then when you have a little flap, fold it inside to the money pocket. And there you go. Now you have 1 complete wallet with 3 pockets on one side, an ID holder, and a secret pocket on the other. I have 2 now. Woohoo! So yeah, I like them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my links below in the down bar and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you make a wallet, show me your design either by posting a link to a picture or making a video response because I love seeing crafts that other people have made. Alright, well you guys have a great day and I will see you soon. Bye! Oh wait, and I can't talk. Line them, oops, you can't touch it though. Ah!